What's up, everybody? It's your boy again, the Unabonger, and today, well, the day I'm filming this is Wednesday, May 18th, 2022, which is worth noting because today is the day I received my Brian Bolland Apex Edition with the slipcase in the mail. But before we jump into that, guys, please do me a favor and download Dick and Hearl Do Capitalism for free on Amazon, Smashwords, Barnes & Noble, Apple Books, and most major ebook retailers. Links in description. So anyway, guys, I don't think it's quite a year, but let's say my guess is approximately 9-10 months ago, something like that, a little less than a year, I pre-ordered this Brian Bolland Apex Edition. That's apparently what 2000 AD calls it. I think the artist editions that IDW does, basically repos of the actual art boards, I think they've basically got that trademarked or something like that. So hey, nobody else can call their special edition artboard books artist editions or whatever the fuck IDW actually calls them. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Plus, honestly, I don't own one of those. The reason I even got this is because I am subscribed to the 2000 AD mailing list because I think they were, gave away some free digital comics to subscribe. And then I saw this, with the economy how it is now and this and that and the other, would I have bought this now? No. Meanwhile, I bought this a while ago when I kind of had more money in the bank. Although I actually have more money in the bank now. I had a different job then. I just kind of thought about money a little bit differently then. I want to say this costs, retail supposedly approximately $200. And I think I ended up paying $250 to get it shipped to me. As you can see, I think they, and it appears they've kind of done this sort of thing before and it's worked out all right. They sent the outer kind of box, I guess, isn't really necessarily a box, but a big cardboard mailer, it kind of looks like, which would be a little bit concerning. As you can tell, this shipper, I guess we'll call it, has, telltale signs of being shipped through the mail, especially in this case overseas. Meanwhile, it's looking like the outside of it is relatively intact. It's done its job. Spoiler alert, in case you can't already tell, I don't have this on the tripod like I kind of like to normally do for these sort of videos anymore. Because the thing's so damn big, I'd be able to fit parts of this on the screen at one time. Anyway, it is what it is, whatever, guys. I have already basically kind of slit one end of this, so I can hopefully actually open this on video with one hand. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. As you can already tell, there is a bunch of bubble wrap around this book inside. And already, you can kind of see it a little bit, but the book inside, it's not just like, hey, we put a, $200 artboard book in here, put some bubble wrap around it, threw it in a cardboard envelope and shipped it to you. It's actually in a very pretty sturdy, pretty nice, and I've kept it to kind of store in, period, but a nice box for the book itself. And there you can see a little bit, it's saying the Brian Bolland Slipcase Edition. I'm sorry, limited slipcase, the Apex Edition, whatever. You guys know at this point what we're talking about. A little bit of, I don't know wetness or oil or something there. I don't know. I don't know that it's... I think the whole point of this is to keep that book pretty damn secure, so it's probably really not an issue. And here it is. I'll get that out of the way just in case there's any identifying information on there. Hope not, but you never know. And there it is. So this slipcase, basically, I think what the deal is here is, hey, this is the limited edition pre-order, and hey, you get a slipcase with the deal. So that's kind of what's going on here. As you can tell, this is pretty damn sturdy in there. Now, hey, has there been a little bit of, wear on this kind of protective box? Yeah. It looks like it's done its job pretty well, though, and basically absorbed any sort of blow and not really transferred it to the book itself. I'm sorry, I should have started the video out with this. So anyway, guys, in case you don't know, Brian Bolland is an illustrator, a comic book illustrator, from, overseas, from Great Britain or England or whatever the fuck. Hey, he got in with 2000 AD earlier on in his career, which this is kind of really recapping and showcasing and that sort of thing. Judge Dredd is going to be the biggest character that people are going to know from there, obviously. There's the painted complete version of this other side. That's just a sketch, obviously. But anyway, Brian Bolland is probably most famously known for drawing DC's Batman the Killing Joke, which Alan Moore wrote. That's probably his biggest quote-unquote claim to fame. Honestly, as you can tell from this already, he's a pretty detail-oriented artist. Honestly, he's just done cover work for a long time now. Kind of in the 90s, a lot of Vertigo stuff. Later 90s to kind of more now even. I guess I'm not really buying current comics now. He's done a lot of Batman covers, a lot of Detective Comics covers, that sort of thing. Terrific, as you can tell already, terrific, tremendous artist. Honestly, this was something that was sent an email to me, and we'll see here in a minute. But basically, the huge reason why I bought this is, hey, probably never gonna meet Brian Bolland at a convention or anything like that. So if you actually want his John Hancock on something, you're probably gonna have to end up ordering something or other like this, some specialty item. Again, what can I say? I had the money at the time. With the economy going how it is now, I probably wouldn't have bought this, but I pre-ordered it. Hey, you know how that goes. And plus, again, as I kind of get older with these collectibles, what I'm getting at here is, hey, I could sell this most likely for a profit if I really wanted to. So that's another part of this. Yeah, that's a lot of money to chunk out at first. Especially just, hey, you're buying paper, bud. You're buying printed paper. It's kind of a gimmick, but I knew that going in already. That's fine. It's how it goes. Anyway, let's kind of get this sat up and actually finally get this damn book pulled out and show you a little bit of what I'm talking about here. Now notice on this too, and this is kind of subtle, and I actually like it, but most of this slipcase is a different story. It's kind of more stark white, as opposed to, you're gonna see here in a second, the pages, the repos of the pages they've got in here are more of a cream color. I know that's a subtle difference, and it's probably nothing that even translates on video, on the screen that you can see here. But as far as I'm concerned, for looking at these pages at just basically black and white illustrated artwork, it's a subtle thing, but I think it kind of helps that experience, kind of makes that a little bit more tolerable. That's not necessarily the way to put that, but that's just a word I can think of right now. Anyway, the end pages, that's not necessarily what we can expect from Bolland in here, but hey, they got to put something on the end pages. Also, you're going to see, too, a lot of this. They call this the Judge Dredd collection, that sort of thing. There's some Judge Dredd pages in here and that sort of thing. But honestly, if they were to be more honest about this, they'd call it the 2000 AD collection. Meanwhile, Judge Dredd is just going to be more of a sellable property, especially to people overseas and the United States. And as you can tell, here is this is a tip-in maybe, or whatever the fuck they call it in printing. But hey, this is where Brian Bolland has actually signed this book. And we've got a number indicating it's a very limited edition. And here we go. Let's jump into it. Now, as you can probably tell already, and yeah, it looks like these pages are approximately, if not actually a little bit bigger than the standard 11 by 17 pages. It might say in the foreword that I haven't read yet, hey, these have been blown up a little. I would like to think these are the actual size of the boards. I don't know that for sure yet. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. As you can see there, now I would assume this is kind of a photograph, a high-resolution photograph they took of this page and were able to reproduce this page with. I'm guessing that from kind of the tape you saw on that first part. And there, look, there's Bolland's signature on maybe one of, if not the first cover he did. A little different than what it is now, isn't it? But as you guys know, that's how it goes with artists. Anyway, let's kind of give this a flip through. I'm not necessarily, as I'm sure you could guess already, going to go through every page of this. We'd be here forever. And plus, this isn't, you know, the best way to kind of view and enjoy this artwork, honestly. But anyway, let's kind of give her a little flip through to give you a little taste of what this book is about and what's in here. Like I said before, this is really the first artist edition. I know you can't call it that. This is the Apex edition. But, you know, hey, these are artist editions, you know, is kind of what they're most known as, you know. This is the first one of these I've gotten, mainly because storing these giant books is probably a real pain in the ass, and I don't know how I'm going to do that fully yet. You know, I'd like to be able to kind of display this too with my other comics, especially the ones that are signed, the hardcovers and trade paperbacks and that sort of thing. That might just not happen just because of how big this fucking book is. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. I will say, though, I am kind of interested in getting the Jim Lee one of these that IDW has done with a lot of his X-Men stuff in it. And then there's one of these that I think Graffiti has done it. But it's basically all the pages of Dark Knight Returns. I've seen those before. I've seen them still. I might end up buying one of those one day anyway. But anyway, let's get back to this book. As you can tell, the point of these books are really, hey, if you're into artwork, especially the black and white artwork, just the illustrations that the artist does, these books, you can't do any better than this. This is gonna be honestly as close as you're going to get to seeing these actual boards yourself and laying hands on them. So if you're into illustration, if you want to be an illustrator, these sort of things can just be a lot of help for that. Here we got, you know, our boy. And then this page, now here's a great point, and it'll be something I'll have to look up. This may be an homage to a Flash cover, and or it's an homage to a cover that Bolland himself did with the Flash on it. Anyway, this book will be fun for me to go through when I've got more time. And, hopefully, here we've got some one-pagers, it looks like. I'm hoping that there's at least one kind of full story in here that I can kind of read through, and it's not literally just an art book. Hey, here's a bunch of the stuff we could find still and the best representations of just his art. I'm hoping there's at least one story I can read through in here too. But yeah, as you can tell already, Brian Bolland, a very detail-oriented, a very good artist that has frankly influenced a lot of people, not only in Great Britain and England, but also over in the United States. And a different collectible for me to try to get, but hey, here it is. And I thought maybe I'd at least share the unboxing with you guys. Anyway, that's all I've got for you this time, guys. If this is your first time watching a Humaine Garbeige video, please hit the subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications of new videos sent directly to your phone and inbox. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our email newsletter to stay in touch with us in case we get canceled off of social media and to get a free ebook. Stay tuned for another video from Humaine Garbeige, and as always, remember to hit the pipe harder than you hit your wife and kids.